Mango. Bit of an unfavorable matchup. This is the first blood in question. So Saksa got ganked. And then he was like, that was fun. I want to try again.
Yeah.
And then he tried again. Now all that's left is to die in lane as well.
It's almost like Sacred has a bit of crush on him.
So what you guys can't see on camera is that he's
violating me. Slapping Cinderen's shoulder. Get it, Cinderen, get it.
And right before this game started, you were blasting at 100 decibels, some random country song.
It was Willie Nelson.
You're becoming more obnoxious by the minute, actually.
33
See,
is
Avery
about
might
to
put
be...
up with this shit because he doesn't know better. That's what he has to put up with his whole life because that's your culture. But in my home country, we don't play country. 33?
33 just picked up the Harpy. And I thought he was going to win the lane with that, but immediately got ran down by Udomi and Pyke. The Luna-Tusk combination proves to be too strong for him initially.
Yeah, Waska seemed to be coming in hot today so far. I mean, a couple of these kills. You know, the two on Saksa are a little bit random. Oh my god, we're going to have to say Waska and Saksa in the same sentence. Good luck. I also wanted to point out, the last picks in the draft here are actually very interesting, both of them, as Sacred will be backing out of trouble. So on one side, we got the 9th pick, Chen. This hero in the tournament is now 16-5, and he generally gets picked second phase, but this time around Tundra pick it very last for them. And Waska get their hands on Saksa. Enough.
Nope. One more time.
Enough.
One more time.
This is not going to be a trade. It was close, but Udomi is fine.
And if anything, 33 actually takes a healthy amount of damage.
So, on one side you have the Chen, on the other one you have the Slardar. I didn't check the win rate on that, but I can't imagine it's anywhere near what numbers Chen is putting up.
I have to imagine it's either 100% or 0%, because how many Slardars were there?
Yeah, there haven't been many. We haven't cast one, at least. But I get what they're going for with this. The matchup against Doom is nice. The matchup against Alk on paper, you're one of the carries or offlaners that can really be disruptive to him later in the game. But I don't think Slardar beats Alk in lane anymore. I think those days are over. Especially with a Chen in the picture, then it gets a lot easier. So we'll see how Waska's lineup comes together later down the line. When I saw the drafts, I very much favored the potential mid-game prowess of Tundra's lineup, playing around the Chen's timing. But with this nice early game from Waska, maybe they're just more warmed up today.
So Slardar's win rate, it's neither 0% nor 100%. Oh. It's null. This is
first game.
First game of Slardar at this tournament.
Well, then what, in your opinion, if a hero hasn't been picked, does it have 0 or 100% win rate? You have to pick one of the two.
I have to pick one of the two. 0% because he's such a loser that he isn't even getting picked.
You're such a negative person. I believe in his potential. So to me, he has a 100% win rate. He is glorious until proven otherwise. And that's why he hasn't been picked in 150 games.
Right. So you're just being pessimistic about the pro players at this tournament.
There's always a way to spin it in a negative way, isn't there? With you. How can I turn this wholesome comment into garbage? Cap 2024.
Can't wait to see that on next season of DreamLeague. That'll be a good...
That should be your Twitter banner.
Good tweet. Waska, despite being 4-0, seems like maybe CS is playing against them a little bit. They don't really have that much of a net worth lead.
Oh, 250 of it is free for Alk in the beginning of the game.
That's true.
He gets a little bit extra gold from the lane, so...
And it does look like the Harpy over time is having its effect in this lane.
Oh yeah, speaking of generating gold out of thin air, Doom and Alk in the same team.
Yep. How much do we have the consumable? Gold spent on consumables. I would wonder, especially with Waska finding so many kills in top lane and dealing with this, how much they've spent trying to just keep themselves healthy, and it looks like a good amount.
I mean,
blocked in 33. Matthew TPing in for this play. Beautiful bushwhack, but not enough in a 2v3.
I'm not sure how to interpret that consumable spent gold spent statistic. Because those numbers are about the same as their net worth, right? They could have never spent that much gold on consumables. Like 900 gold minute 6? That's 35 tangos.
That's a good way to put it.
So I'm not quite sure if it... perhaps it's just... I'm just trying to wrap my head around it. I'm guessing...
Blood grenades and wards.
Maybe it's just bugged right now or something.
I did see a big difference between the Luna and the Alchemist.
Can we see it again? I just want to make sure I understand it. All right, Sox is going to die here. Just to compare the differences. Because... So 190 on Alk to 1,000 on Lion.
Got it.
1,000 gold?
I mean,
how?
Observer's pointing out, who's like, well, obviously wards and TP score. I feel like that's not adding up to me.
I can't. Okay, I'm just making sure I'm not going crazy. This doesn't sound. This sounds unbelievable.
It is impressive though. If Matthews.
This is when they find a random bug in it where it's like, oh, we've set Observer Ward to 500. My bad. Explains everything. Well.
7-minute Wisdom Runes, no invasions happening, nothing major. Mid lane matchup, 3,600 to 2,800. Doing pretty well for himself on Dark Mago.
Yeah, definitely. He did have the first blood advantage, but even then, I would still expect the Storm to get a lead, despite that first blood. But I say that, and I think, wasn't it yesterday that I was like, do you think it was worth it for Pango to buy Blightstone against Storm? And then he killed him in lane.
Oh yeah, that was super sick. So how much he was able to do.
Oh,
one Steel Concoction hits onto 2. Pyke is going to be picked up inside the Snowball. They're going to chase after 33 here, but they're walking into Lornoff. Not looking good, especially if the Rolling Thunder can't go off. Shield Crash gives him the shield required to be able to get the Rolling Thunder off, and he's going to try and angle for this kill on 33. It's hard to get it, though. The healing salve, they gave him enough to survive through another hit, and missed the swashbuckle. Now he's dead. Dead, didn't get the kill. Yodomi has to commit for it. He'll get it in the end. 1 for 3. Where did the Chen die? Bottom lane, so kind of 2 for 3 with the whole map considered.
That was a great Elk rotation, though, from Nightfall. Very, very good. They needed to get something going. They were down 0-6. They weren't really... He's the one guy in the team who's doing very well right now, and he's going to pay it back immediately to his teammates with that rotation. Also bringing the Storm over was necessary, or that would have got really awkward. Gonna Chemical Rage off the Corrosive Haze. Ooh, that was very close to landing. I'll stack their stuns a little bit.
In trouble with the tag team. They might be able to fight through this Chemical Rage. It's kind of close. The bash is coming in. Oh, he went for a crush and got him. Finished him off in the end. Pyke will eventually be run down. They may have missed the initial bit. Got him eventually. Sacred almost died on the other side of things. In fact, I actually clicked on the Harpy. He was halfway through the animation of Chain Lightning, which doesn't really have much of an animation in the first place.
Pretty short animation.
It was like the little green pop-up, like spell activating sort of thing.
That was divine favor in action, right?
Yeah.
Chen only gave 5 armor there, but this is going to be more. He will be maxing out the spell later. You did see it already offset a decent amount of what Waska were trying to do. I guess buying Armlet on Alk is just never a thing, because if there ever were a game, this would surely be the one. When you're playing against this much minus armor, and you have so much value out of getting the HP burst, but Alks just never go that route anymore.
Yeah.
It's just phase radiance every single time. Brought to you by whatever his name was, the guy with
Willie Nelson.
Willie Nelson. That's right. You goddamn right, my dad. He's dead. That's what every American sounds like. Just not familiar with it. Sox. No, well, he got the rune, but Sox has had better early games.
Yeah.
He's 0-5 in 10 minutes on Hoodwink. Very unusual. It happens.
Is there something in the water? Why are the 4 positions the one being punished so heavily lately?
Is there something in the water? Uh-oh. 33. Caught in by the ice shards. Here comes the Luna. And it's all over.
He's drifting into Australian there for a sec. It's all over.
Can I say I'm a traveled man? I know all the accents, but none of them well.
12-5. Waska just taking over the early game. Not that they're ahead that much in net worth, but this has got to be reflecting in at least an experience, right? 2 levels, up 2 levels, not too bad.
No. It's mainly about how they're sitting. The fact that Sox is still level 5 kind of sucks for them, but at least Chen has the Hand of God that's already been expended in one instance. But yeah, they gotta get this Hoodwink up and running at some point, and now they're gonna give Sox at the bottom lane to accomplish that. So they'll put the Alk in the jungle. Sox will play the bottom lane.
Diffusal coming in, smoke time. Now that's something Willie Nelson would have said.
Radiant are scanning.
Diffusal coming in.
No, smoke time. Oh, maybe he does have a diffuser. Waska.
I got my diffusal. Let's go have a smoke. Kill in the storm spirit. Underneath the toe.
Radiant's
Down he goes.
is under attack. Regeneration.
Tell him, party. Shard block in the army, got him.
Okay, I'm starting to be conditioned here. I saw Ice Shards catch something, and I was like, oh no, Sox.
Soxa, no.
Just like Sox, isn't it? He's on the opposite side of the map. I just already expected to be the Hoodwink getting caught in the river. All right, Waska, they'll get the mid tower. Nicely done.
Every single time Soxa hears the Ice Shard sound, he breaks into a cold sweat.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Good start for Waska, you gotta say. Getting that mid tower this early is very nice against the type of lineup that Tundra are running. They would like to control their side of the map a decent amount of time so Alchemist can get up and running together with the Doom for a strong mid game. That's why I really favored their lineup. But if Waska do well early, perhaps they can just keep this pressure up and not let the greed of Tundra pay off.
What's Slardar going? He does have Blink. Blink Orchid. Okay. Cool. I can dig it. Oh.
Maybe counter the storm.
Oh.
This is kind of unexpected, I think, for Waska.
Yeah,
It's not
Waska is
too telegraphed because Tundra pushed out their waves quite well before doing this. It's not. It's really slow, though.
Yeah.
My goodness, but they will eventually get there. Well, Chen is running out of friends.
Waska's gonna get a lot on the map for this. A solo smoke up from Soxa. He's gonna go and try and take the enemy Wisdom Ring. Is it actually gonna work? It's gonna work. He actually slips on by. The Slardar backed away from farming the Ancients, joined his team for a gank, and Soxa steals away the Wisdom Rune.
Nice. All right. It's a pretty big swing here for Tundra, getting Aegis and double Wisdom.
Aegis for the Storm Spirit. That's a nice pickup. He could definitely use it. Lornoff's working off of 1 Galvanized stack right now.
Dire are
Now, you'd
scanning.
imagine the question for Tundra's lineup is, when do you do something aggressive now? You only have the 5 kills. Your Chen, Elk, Doom. What's the breaking, like, what's the time that you really make that move? Is it the Solar Crest Chen plus Crimson Doom? Is it Alk has Manta? Do you need all 3? Because it has to be around those heroes, right, that you're orchestrating the team movements. It shouldn't be... Storm can get a pick here and there and make a skirmish, but this archetype of lineup really wants to play around Chen.
Quick jump on the squirrel. Soxa. Apparently it's not just the Tusk who's hunting him down.
Amazing what you'll find laying
They've got good burst on Waska between these heroes. Lion
Yeah.
Slardar.
It's a nice combination of magic and physical burst too.
It makes it less obvious to itemize. It's funny how when you think of Dota strategy, a lot of the time strategies in the past, if you go back a couple of years, that you would praise would be strategies that really well organized or well organized around one key mechanic. Like OG had TI wins based off of regen, or healing. We've had strategies built around illusions, and then we've had minus armor strategies. And it feels like nowadays you don't really get to see many of those strategies that go in one direction and hard commit there, because the counter itemization options just feel so powerful. If you're running full-on minus armor physical damage, we had a game this tournament actually. Oh, hang on, Laura.
Oh no, Matthew!
Bit too slow there. So we had a minus armor strat the other day, I think, and then I think it was against Falcons maybe in group stage 1.
Yeah.
And then they just got so much armor on all of it. They just bought all the armor items and Crimson, I think, and then it kind of just falls flat. So having that mix.
Do you think it's the items are so powerful, or do you think that there's so many options?
I think it's both.
Okay.
But it's also, I think minus armor as a strategy used to hit a critical mass timing in the later portion of the mid game. And I think that window is a lot smaller now because the relative discrepancy between hero strength and item strength has changed.
Sure.
Heroes get gold a lot faster, so if you used to have a strategy built around heroes having strong minus armor abilities when the items were weak, now you have strong minus armor abilities for, let's say, 5 minutes less, because they get the big items faster, and then they can offset your advantage.
Oh.
Close call from Sacred, not quite going to reach Saksa. His first escape of the game.
He's learning.
I like the guy, okay? I just want to make that clear. I have no vendetta against Saksa.
Oh no! Yodomi's after him!
He did not escape, Cat.
The walrus!
It was not
that natural predator of squirrels!
No.
Look out!
No. They killed the squirrel with
Wait,
the
behind! Matthew is going to get run down here. Looks like the rest of Waska are not going to get caught out in the process.
Look how far they dove for him. This can't be good.
They actually dove so far that they got away from the rest of Tundra in the process.
Tundra's going to be able to deny the tower now.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Aghanim Scepter done for the Pango. There's a pickup for you.
He'll do a lot of damage now with that corrosive haze. And it does once again mean that the Tundra lineup wants to itemize some armor, and obviously have armor from the that's Aegis.
Do they have another stun? They can Lion. Okay, that's why Tundra has to come in to be able to bail them out, but they're not going to be able to do so. Earth Spike into the Eclipse. Can they help out the Slardar here? Slardar a bit trapped. Yodomi is trying to look for maybe a snowball opportunity. Doom is worn out. Whitemon there on the other side. Oh, the shot from the Hoodwink. A little bit scary. They are just dogpiling onto 33's Doom. Meanwhile, beautiful bushwhack. Not enough to be able to save the Alchemist, but he can't get a kill. He'll finish off Yodomi.
Maybe it is enough to save him.
Maybe. Hit by the Lucent Beam. Chased after him with the Swashbuckle, but Sacred, he wasn't strong enough to hit him from the other side. They're going to Rolling Thunder after him here with, oh, what a hit. With the minus armor, that shield crash Aghanim Scepter does so much damage. The Chen almost getting one shot in the process. Nightfall's back up to full, but the rest of Waska have killed a lot. I guess they are respawning on the side of Tundra, so.
That was Tundra's first fight with Crimson Guard against this. They had the Crimson Guard, they had Divine Favor, they had the Solar Crest, and they still lost that fight. So that is maybe a little bit cause for concern that you would have liked to be strong here, but Lorinov not getting to cast a spell was definitely a big part of the problem. Jumped in for the rune. They thought it was going to work out as bait for them, but instead on respawn he gets insta-hexed into just blasted by the Eclipse. And Tundra were effectively fighting that 4v5 afterwards. Saksa!
Wait, why? Why me?
That trick won the great brawl at Whitefields.
When it rains, it pours. The reason this stands out so much is that Saksa generally does not have this happen to him.
No.
We've had, I want to say
it happened before in this tournament.
It did, but he was Bounty Hunter in a losing lane. And I think that's very different because the role of that hero in the game is naturally going to be extremely high risk.
Okay.
I just think, I mean, in this one, he died twice before the lanes, right?
Yeah,
It's just such an extreme case of...
Well, he takes another L.
Yeah.
No shard for you.
I think this might be better, though, for Tundra. I think getting the Chen shard here is quite valuable. Being able to get a... I'm guessing they just want the Golem. But they could also get the Dragon for the armor. But the Golem has to be more EHP though. Without a doubt. Unless the Fireball has good value in the game of like split pushing or whatever, you'll probably just go for the Golem.
3 armor. Yeah, it's not that much.
It can be a bit deceptive though, the relationship between health and armor. Like if the enemy team is removing some and you're gaining some, on a hero like Hoodwink, how much HP does the Golem give you? Is it like 16%?
Yeah, sounds about
Something like that, so that's like 150. Is 150 better, or 160 let's say, is that better than... Okay, my math is terrible by the way.
Yeah, it's
let's say 180.
not great, but I didn't want to say anything.
Let's say 180. Is that better than 3 armor? Right now, if you had to guess. I would say it probably is, but it's not by a lot against this lineup.
Yeah.
But that's obviously also the lowest HP hero. So on the higher HP heroes, you would think the percentage-based health should just trump 3 flat armor.
Also, isn't the armor like super effective if they're minus armor and he's going down to 0 or even negative? Doesn't the armor become more effective there?
Oh,
or is that the old armor formula?
Just ask Purge after the game.
Okay.
All these like formulae, I don't know, just play on feel. I know minus armor is good if you want to deal more physical damage cap. That's all you need to know.
Preach, brother.
What do you think if there was a creep that gave +% armor?
It sounds like a combo with Dragonite that would be broken. Wait! That Alchemist is getting combo, but he got out the BKB Chemical Rage, and now he's turning back around. Well, Lornoff got the pick off on Matthew. They throw down the Eclipse, but the BKB Nightfall is just too strong now. Waska, they're going to bleed out heroes here. Yodomi put into a corner.
Bye-bye lead.
And there goes the Manta to dodge the Rod of Atos, but yeah, the lead is gone.
That is a very, very important moment to have the BKB reveal. Because this would have... If they could have killed him there, and they would if he didn't have BKB, they just win the fight and they start taking control of the bottom half of the map. They probably take the 2-2 tower. Now instead,
Dark Mago.
There's an alt TPing, and he doesn't seem to care that much. Maybe he should. Maybe he didn't have a choice.
Got a shield crash. Rolls it up. He is dead.
All right, critical mass inbound. Janna's Vlad's, or Alka's BKB. This is when the Radiant lineup, and this is when I'm scared for Dire.
Yeah.
Do you have the damage when this ball is coming now?
And the ball continues to get stronger, right? Because then, like, Nightfall's going to get an AC.
Yeah.
There's another armor aura for you. Waska.
33 is playing with the pack leader aura, so they have more damage too. And yeah, a little bit of a disco situation in the pit.
And back for Hand of Miners for 33. Using that Devil's Bargain as much as he can.
Work for both of us?
Get better.
Yeah, is there ever a game on Doom where you suddenly have 2k gold where you don't buy Midas? Can't you just buy it, use it twice, and then sell it again?
Yeah.
Even using it once is a net worth gain. Right?
Hey, well, it's also an experience gain, which is important for Doom because of his passive as well, right? Because the 15 bonus damage he gets against heroes that are lower level than him.
Oh yeah, this was the facet that was bugged at TI, right? I think, or innate. The level pain thing.
It was bugged?
Yeah, it applied to spells as well. And it says attack damage. Yeah, so Doom Scorched Earth and Doom, all of his stuff, and Infernal Blade did 15% more damage than it was supposed to.
Yeah.
Is my understanding. Maybe I'm remembering correctly, but I think that was the problem with that one.
Classic.
Classic. Is he gonna sell his Midas?
God, he has a Blink Dagger, and he could buy out a Plate Mail already.
Yeah. By no means is this a big gold lead numerically. 2,000 up with Doom Alchemist at 25 is generally not good.
No.
But it's the value of their items against the Dire lineup and the way their heroes are structured. So what do you have now? Divine Favor, 20 armor. Ice armor creep. You have AC coming up. You have the Crimson Guard.
You have Crimson Guard. You have smaller armor items for individuals, like Veiled Discord is a little bit of armor. You've got the Witchblade. That's 6 armor on a high armor hero already.
Yeah. And we're focusing so much on that armor because of the changes that obviously happened to Pango a while back, making him strictly physical. It means that Pango and Slardar are almost exclusively that. Alright, Soxa needed to high roll a lot there on his innate.
Dire are scanning.
Did not.
As much as things change, Cinderin, some things just stay the same.
Deaths, taxes, and saxes.
That's a good one.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Hitomi will dodge out the smoke here with a good movement off to the right. Nightfall. Fearless,
Still
though.
chasing after
We
him.
didn't see him.
Oh.
Doesn't Alk even have extra night vision?
Does he?
I think
Dire's
he used
bottom
to,
tower
at
is under
least.
attack.
Maybe he doesn't
I
anymore.
don't remember that.
Radiant's top tower
Not
is
like
under attack.
1800, but I think Alk used to have... I think he used to have more for the sake of concoction. Maybe that was one of the nerfs the hero got at some point. It just... I don't know why I remember that.
Nightfall just keeps stunning himself. Yudomi is somehow out of sight.
Nice little corner there.
Surprised Soxa didn't just throw it out there. Matthew will be found. Finally get something here. Matthew knows that TP isn't going to complete, so he'll just try and be annoying.
Successful.
Very successful.
Dire's bottom
That's
tower
that
under
is
attack.
Matthew's, like, that's one of his facets right there.
Be annoying.
Yeah. He is probably one of the best 4 positions at just annoying you nonstop. Nightfall. Tried to get the man to dodge, doesn't get it. Grows the pace, put on the Nightfall here with the roll in. Wait a minute, he picked up the ball. That's going to be a little weird. The BKBs are protecting him for now. They're trying to get Pyke out of here. They took away the Aegis. He's still holding on to his BKB while the Rolling Thunder is getting Dark Mago out of here. Somehow, Waska actually don't lose anybody for that. Thought that was going to be bad for sure.
Yeah. Surprised they found a clean disengage there.
well, no.
Oh, Yudomi will give them a little bit of a
Soxa's revenge.
consolation prize.
That was genius.
0, 10, and 9.
He's still 1,500 ahead of Lion.
Radiant's
Just for some
top
perspective.
tower is fortified.
And 2 levels. Got him.
Radiant's middle tower is
See,
under
ladies and gentlemen, KDA is not everything. You would think the 2-4-13 Lion
Dire's top tower
is
has
playing
fallen.
better and has more impact than the 0-10-9 Hoodwink. And you would probably be right, but he's not as rich. And
That's
the
what
potential
really
impact
matters.
coming up from Soxa
Dire's
could
top
be
tower is under
massive. Jump in onto.
Try to get the chain stun. Doesn't happen. Sacred gets the BKB off just before the pull. Well, I would say Waska are weathering through this period of time pretty well.
Dire's bottom
It's
tower
still
is
scary
under
because
attack.
it's the AC is coming up, so it's not like this itemization peak that is happening for Tundra is going to wear thin. But
Level 20 Luna, though, with Conda.
oh yeah,
Pyke has been... I was going to say somewhat quiet, but he's kind of been parts of the fights that he could while still getting farmed up. He is about to be a lot louder. And you're basically guaranteed to get good glaive bounces when you're playing against a hero like
Radiant's
Chen.
courier
As long
has
as
been
there's
killed.
something around the
Radiant's
target
top
that you
tower
throw your
is
beam
under
on,
attack.
it will be amplified by the bounces. You obviously have the corrosive haze that can empower it. And Waska want to make a move. Now there will be an AC in play coming out for the Alk. Pyke and Sacred leading the charge. Oh no.
they found their mark.
Cue the Jaws music. I think we needed to play it at like 5 times speed to actually reach the part.
Dire's
with the
bottom
crescendo.
tower is under attack.
It's fine. We'll start it again once he respawns.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
How many gum do you think Lorinov is chewing?
Dire's
Is
bottom
your
tower
obsession
is under
with the
attack.
gum?
He's really going at it.
Also, why are all these Dota players chewing gum lately? I feel like this became some sort of meta thing where Quinn started chewing gum or somebody. And then, like, all of a sudden, all these Dota players are chewing gum.
Oh, I thought it was going to be a replay of him chewing
Oh
gum.
my god, it's the death of Socksuck!
Da 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 da.
No, you just need some sad music for this one, dude. Production, how you gonna do him dirty? Like, this is a TI winner. Put some goddamn respect on Sox's name.
I will say, I think a lot of his deaths in this game are actually inconsequential, though. That's what you always need to keep in mind. If a player is dying a lot, are the deaths leading to objectives? Are they leading to game-winning situations? Sometimes a player dying once can be worse than another playing dying 10 times. Because if that one death is the skitter death of last series, right? In the last game. That's just like, okay, the carry's out of position late game with the rapier. He can have played a perfect game up until that point, and everyone will say, oh my god, he threw the game away.
Yeah.
And then this game right now, Soxa could very well win it, and people will be like, all right, it was funny that he died so many times, but it didn't matter. So I will say that in his defense. He's not happy, obviously. This has not been his best game, and he's making mistakes, but they are not ruining his team's chances of winning by any means. They are still in a good position, and now they're going to try to press that advantage. This could get interesting. Is this going to be a bit of a base race?
Waska want to keep it going. They're going to steal your Tormentor, just like...
Both teams push fast, but Waska have to come back because they went for the Tormentor instead of the tier 3.
Yeah. Oh, Pike isn't... He's calling it. He's saying, you guys are bluffing. You're just trying to pull me back right now. I'm going to keep farming.
Yeah, nice call to not come back with the team there, unless they need him in a moment. He'll find an arcane rune for his trouble. That's very good for him to take that away from the storm.
Yeah, he'll cut the next wave.
Lorna is on the way. Yeah, he's going to cut the next wave with the Manta as well.
He also got his shard off of that Tormentor, so we'll see if that has an impact. I mean, he is faced up against a bunch of melee heroes, and so that Glaives, if he uses it, might add enough damage to...
He doesn't have it skilled.
Oh, well, never mind then.
Eventually he will, because he's out of options.
Yeah, he is going to be forced to level it up soon.
He has, how many, does he have all the attribute points he can get? He does, right?
Yeah, it's 22, 3, 4.
I have no idea how you're counting that, but I'll believe you.
What level, if you go stats, do you start leveling up your ability?
23, 4. Yep, coming in through clear. Here goes Roche, goes fast, and Waska, sneak one.
Shivas, they reveal a bunch of heroes. Lornoff's gonna try and jump in afterwards. Snowball, Rolling Thunder, they're getting the Chainstun 33, got off the BKB. The Luna's gonna die. There goes that Aegis. While the Rolling Thunder bouncing around, he cancels his TP to put a Doom onto the Pango. Pike is back on his next life. Throws out a Lucent Beam, scares back Tundra a little bit. Both sides are trading. Matthew with the stun, and now the shard blocking him off. Oh, Sacred tries to catch up to Lornoff. They see him TPing away. Matthew, he's not going to get there in time. All these TPs away. Oh, Tundra. They get out pretty clean considering what was coming their way.
They got away with murder there, but I do think... Did Waska retain the refresher as well, or just the cheese? They did retain the refresher too. So despite losing the Aegis there, this is still a big win for them for the coming fight. Having a cheese on the Luna and a refresher on the Pango currently, but both in the backpack. They don't do much there. But you imagine, who do you put these on? Do you think the refresher on Pango is better than on the Luna? I'm not sure.
I think having refresher BKB seems pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, 2 Rolling Thunders is great too, but he's more likely to be doomed.
I think it's also likely that the team fight is decided within the first Rolling Thunder, you know?
Fair. Well, they're still keeping both in the backpack, so not readily available if Tundra make a jump. Banner looks healthy. Somebody on Tundra's got to do something about this before the tower falls. They'll glyph, but the wave is still intact with the banner.
Pulling the creep wave away from the banner.
He's gonna get this, I think. Oh, nope. Not yet.
Rolling Thunder, when does he want to make his jump? They got a shard block onto Soxa. Sacred punches for it, and the two of them together almost get him. They got him. Pike, meanwhile, kills the Chet. Buyback immediately from the Hoodwink. A jump in from 33. Trying to finish off Udomi. Got that much. Rolling Thunder is coming through, and the BKBs can only last so long here for Tundra. Got a bash on a Nightfall. His BKB It'll last just a little while longer. Got the stun on Lornoff. Wait a minute, Sacred's gonna follow that up. Lornoff dies. A bushwhack comes in, but it's too late to be able to storm. Now they use the Eclipse and they don't have BKB, so Tundra have to start backing themselves up. The damage is overwhelming. There goes the Alchemist. He does have a buyback, but Tundra have already lost so much. And Pike, he has a full HP bar to be able to work with. What's one more death at the end of the game? Saksa, a 13th death for him. They got the Doom onto the Luna. They have to be able to get some kills out of this. Nightfall is going after Sacred.
He's not gonna get him!
Leg day. He gets away. Matthew will be the one left behind. Waska just managed to pulverize Tundra economically. They take their buildings, they get their buybacks, and they don't give anything in return.
And they even have the presence of mind to grab the Wisdom Rune on the way out on Dark Mago, so he also takes that one away from them.
Nice.
They lost absolutely everything there. Yep, that's tough. Now you're 10k down with the Alk.
Yeah, with the Alk
and
Doom
the Alk
lineup.
Doom. Now it's starting to look grim. And it's kind of funny to watch this game unfold with the theory we were talking about, with the itemization and the armor, that there was this one moment in time that Tundra's lineup was going to be really good. They just didn't find the fight that favored them.
Yep.
And now, after a couple of failed moves, or rather, I would say also very strong initiation coming in from Waska, they're definitely in a position to finish this one off. They're not going to let Whitemon get access to any creeps. Blocking off the jungle with heroes. Continuing that pressure.
Take the outpost. Not gonna sit back and wait for another Roshan. Seems like Waska.
Radiant's middle tower.
They got
is under
business
attack.
in the Radiant space.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
With a shield rune on Pike, they can go high ground. Feeling comfortable. Silver Edge. Interesting pickup for Pike. Refresher on the Doom. Gonna need it. Feels like there are a lot of targets that are a problem right now.
There's a Linken's on Pango, and almost a Lotus on Tusk. They're just going to concede this lane against Pike. They don't feel ready. They feel like they need 2 Dooms. They only have the 1.
That's fair enough. The Chen just comes back up. 5 more seconds till another Doom.
Radiant are scanning.
Smoke ruined by a high ground ward from Waska. Saksa. Oh, his smoke breaks. Gleitner goes out. Now they know where he's at. And immediate Walrus Punch Snowball Shard. Jump forward. Go for Pike. He already got off the BKB. Double Force Staff gets him away from them.
Oh, he got hexed on Alk. That's
And
bad.
the Rolling Thunder is going to go off as well. They're bashing him. They're rolling up on him. His chain stunned. Walrus Punch knocked up in the air, blocked out by the shards. He gets off the BKB, yes, but he has to work his way around these shards, and it is a problem for him. Pike does go down, though.
Oh.
They managed to finish him off without that damage. Maybe Tundra can now clean up on this one as Sacred Nightfall's healed up enough. He's going to be good to go. Take this fight against Sacred. Take it against Dark Mago as well. A swing. Big proportions as Tundra managed to claw it back significantly. They're 2 lanes of barracks down, but only 5k back.
That's basically the dream fight. That's a 4v5 after Saksa died, and they still managed to win it because Alchemist tanks everything and lives. It's so much worse for Waska to go on this guy and commit so much and not kill him than to go on literally anything else. All the damage is just completely wasted. And I have to think that was Divine Favor. Maybe they need a nullifier for that. Maybe they need to solve that problem. But nobody's queuing one up.
Dust hits Matthew, but he's already slipped away into the trees. He's out.
I also think Pike was completely separated, right? They doomed Pike and they forced him away. So that meant that the heroes that were trying to kill Alk, they did not have the hard hitter in the Luna available.
Yeah.
So, okay, back the other way we go. Tundra, how much can you get?
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
15 seconds.
Yeah.
Are they going to be able to take a full lane in that time with a glyph? Unlikely. They're going to call it quits. They do not want to be stuck around this area. Trying to get the overwhelming blink, trying to buy an Aghanim Scepter.
Staff on Chen is big. That's the solution against the ice shards.
2 goes into 6.
are scanning.
Pike closing in on 25. That will be a major difference maker when he gets there. Similarly, Nightfall also level 24, but a little bit further away on the bar.
I'm sorry, this is bothering me. Alchemist says 2 goes into 6.
Yeah,
Why?
because it's him and his ogre, and they pick up 2 illusions. So then there are 2 characters going into 6 characters.
Oh.
He's
that
the little
makes
guy riding the elk.
Right, yeah, with the illusions.
Or riding
6
the ogre.
people. I see.
Yeah. I had to think about it for a second as
Yeah,
well.
I was like, okay.
The difference is I
two-
find the answer.
Yeah.
It's a...
Well, sometimes we all need a smart friend in life,
That's-
you know?
funnily enough, never really needed that.
Oh, Waska.
Important moment.
Smoke
Yodomi's
breaks,
straight
Blix
in.
and
Okay.
flying. That
He
is
didn't even
Lord up
notice
on the high
himself.
ground. Snowball does go off somehow. And a Rolling Thunder hits on 2. The Crush Fall up there as well. The Shard is a little bit awkward. Got a bash on a Lord off. Meanwhile, Matthew is just sucking till it's done. He throws out a finger of death, but he is gone. Pike is still playing the back lines here. He doesn't want to go in because of the Doom, but if they don't go in, oh, there goes Soxa. Took him out in a flash.
But they lost Mago in the backline to the Hoodwink Sharpshooter plus
Pike
Storm
silver edges away. They
and
take
Elk.
away the detection. And they spotted 33. They go for him, trying to finish him off. The Eclipse got a 4-step away. Quick refresh, but a crush. It lands on the stun. 33 is in danger. He goes down.
Lord
No
up.
opportunity. Lord up with a big grab. Is it going to be enough? It will not. Nightfall is stuck in a shard. Not going anywhere. Tried to man to dodge. Gets stunned up anyway. 33. Trying to run away. Lornoff comes in. Pike at half HP. There's not much you could do here. They pick up a snowball, but he's going to be surrounded when they come back into play. The best Pike can do is maybe pick up 1 kill. No way. Buybacks galore used by Tundra for this one.
Yeah, that was an expensive teamfight win, but a win nonetheless.
Is under attack. Radiant are scanning.
Now, surely they force something back the other way. They have 60 seconds. Either they take Roche, or they force the buybacks. It's going to be the safe play first. So Roche it is. Knowing that Lornoff and 33 do not have buybacks, they want to put the Aegis probably on the Storm. A scrappy start to that fight. Both teams not in the best formation. I'm very surprised that the Tusk just walked over to the ward without putting a pre-Lotus. And then they still didn't burst him, so he got everything off anyway.
Yeah.
Got off the snowball, and then he continued to play the fight with all his utility items afterwards. Refresher on their side now.
Lornoff is scaling up big. He's going to have Parasma very soon with the Aghanims that was given to him by the Alchemist.
Yep. Still Pike way ahead of everybody else on the Luna. This armor is helping them stay alive even when they clump up. The Radiant lineup doesn't evaporate like other Luna situations we've seen. They can stand their ground, at least for a decent amount of time. They're going to stand their ground in the enemy base now. First lane of barracks for Tundra.
Thanks to the amp damage, getting through the backdoor protection pretty quickly here. And not quite finishing off that building. Soxa says, you know what, I'll take this,
Didn't
guys.
finish it quite. Oh man.
You should have just committed, man. You know, what's the 16th death?
I think
15,
Nightfall
16,
could have
that's
maybe
all.
hit it another time before he blinked out. So they don't get the melee, and it's going to start regenerating.
33's got to be careful of showing. They really want to kill 33 if they can. Hex, oh, got the grab onto 3, and 33 starts pushing forward with his BKB. He's waiting for Pike to show himself. Pike really doesn't want to go in because of the Doom. They got the crush on him. They keep on stunning up Doom, but they can't quite commit. Starts throwing out some of those loosened beams. A little bit scary. Hits the Bushwhack and the ult there from Soxa. Buyback on Yodomi. 33 chasing after Lotus Orb. Can't use the Doom. Matthew, Glimmer Cape. Making a run for it, but they have no gem. Wait, they're chasing after Lion, but that just leaves the rest of the heroes a little bit isolated. Yodomi pushes forward, hits the Walrus Punch onto 33. That's going to be a dieback on him. Waska did not want to follow that move.
That's the cheese used.
Wait,
Lornoff.
Pike's going back in. Lornoff is low on mana right now. They're trying to finish off. Well, Matthew came back in for some disables. What is going on? A back and forth. They're constantly trying to go in and out of this team fight. They do manage to finally finish off the Chen and the Hoodwink. They buy back.
They doomed the Lion,
hits
though.
on a Lorinoff. A Doom onto the Lion. Is that really what you needed there? Bushwhack grabs him midway through the shield crash, and that's going to be Dark Mago down. More buybacks being expended by both sides this time around.
They're going to force the one out of Dark Mago as well. They didn't even manage to kill the Storm once, so he still has the Aegis. The only thing they forced out of Tundra that was very big there was the refresher on Doom as well as the cheese.
I mean, these fights are going on, and Pyke feels like he can never go in. After that one team fight where he got doomed, he's just been playing the outskirts of it. If they could ever kill the Doom first, it'd be great, but he on disc. That protects him. Rolling Thunder's gonna come in, trying to bail out Pyke. He's dead. Immediate buyback. Rolling Thunder is bouncing around, chaining up. They do have the Doom a little bit controlled right now. They just need the damage to finish him off, and they got him. He's dead. Die back there. Quick smoke from Tundra on the retreat. They do not want to be caught here. They have an Aegis on the Storm Spirit, but they don't have a Doom, and that makes a world of difference for Pyke for these 2 minutes.
Yeah, surely Waska gonna try to force this one, right? This 5v4 is really meaningful. It's not just that they don't have the Doom ability, but Doom is offering them so much in the fight through the Shivas, through tanking up. The pack leader's aura is really valuable for the Alchemist. So you're missing out on a lot of damage and tankiness by having this hero on the sidelines. 90 seconds. Oh, he missed the wave slightly. Oh, that's bad. It's gonna reach now.
And that backdoor protection is gonna go down. 75 seconds.
Yeah, Pyke's in.
Just going straight for the throne.
I think so.
That's so hard against an Aegis, but it does leave them, I guess, at a 5 versus 5. The tier 4s are gonna drop fast here. Nice Hurricane Pyke, push it back. Oh, the grab on a 2 there. They do have the aesthetics cap. Matthew's going to be able to take away that disable. Shard blocking in some of these heroes. Nightfall's chasing after Sacred. Sacred needs some help here. Sacred, nobody can help him at all. Dark Mago now going for the roll-up after Lorinoff. Lorinoff still has that Aegis, remember, so he doesn't care too much if Mago wants to commit to kill him. That's fine. It's Waska now on the retreat trying to get away. They are now left with the heroes that cannot buy back. Now it is Tundra's turn to march down mid and see what happens.
That push just did not work out. I'm not sure how he got in such a compromised position on this Lardar to begin with there on Sacred, but the snowball save on the initial jump was fine. The Aegis will expire, but you've got so much time on the side of Tundra. 33 is just going to sell his phase boots and buy travels at basically no cost as that Alchem or that Doom. So he'll port in onto the Chen army momentarily. He's taking his time. He's actually not going to do it. Okay, now he is. He changed his mind. Bought travels too.
Here he comes. Soxa tries to ferry him a little bit closer, see if they can get an opportunity. Pyke, Glyph goes off, 15 seconds till the toss is back up. They're gonna need to start spamming out some loosened beams soon. They go for it. They go for the kill onto the Alchemist. See if they can burst him real quick at the Finger of Death. Everything being used, the Eclipse. It's all not enough. They get the Doom onto Luna. He's dead. Nightfall is still up, and I don't think this is going to be enough. Mago, he can't finish him off. Nightfall is now beginning to focus on the Ancient. Matthew's going to be run down by Lorinoff. Wait, the Tusk is in, trying to finish him off. Does manage to get Nightfall, but a buyback, and he's going to rejoin his team soon. There's just not enough heroes up for Waska any longer. Tundra will take this game 1.
That was unpredictable from start to finish. And I wish I could tell you exactly when it turned, but I feel like it turned 7 times.
The shrill whistle.
Well done.
Hey, good job. Good work to the band.
PogChamp pandas, everybody.
I don't think they would appreciate that. All right, Tundra versus Waska, game 2. We've got some interesting heroes on our hands here. Synderen,
Yeah.
Huskar, and Bristleback.
Huskar sure is interesting.
Oh, they're going for a first blood on Lorinoff.
Oh. Well, they're taking their sweet-ass time. I'll tell you that
they wanted
much.
his courier, too.
And now it's the worst possible time.
He won nothing.
Okay, that did not work.
That was terrible. Okay, question. Do you think it was viable They were obviously weren't going to do it based off of player hero combinations, but do you think it was viable for them to do SF mid and Dragon Knight safe lane to dodge this?
I don't know if SF beats Huskar.
He probably does better than Dragon Knight, right?
Probably. But I think he's more instrumental to their lineup.
And Pyke is not having that much fun.
I also think Shadow Fiend in theory does better against Bristle than Dragon Knight does in lane. Right?
Sure, sure.
You'd think. I'm not sure. It's an interesting idea. I wonder if they can... I mean, when they already had their heroes picked, I mean, what do you do? Right? Yeah. They're going to stick to their lanes. But in theory, if they were equally good on mid and carry on both players, then... I'm not sure, but I think maybe swapping would be slightly better. Let's see how badly this mid lane goes for Margot over time. Obviously, it should be really bad for DK. Any melee hero against Huskar is misery. His last pick. Filthy. Disgusting. From Tundra. Speaking of disgusting, Cap.
Yes.
Bristleback did change his facet. We were looking at him for a while with Snot Rocket.
Yes.
But he ended up taking Seeing Red. And I was interested to see that Snot Rocket, actually, because I was imagining how it would play into their strategy to run that. But alas, it was a prank.
'Twas not to be.
'Twas indeedn't.
I think Shakespeare would say that.
I think he had a bit of a bigger vocabulary than I do. Which is impressive because he had half as many words to work with. English has grown since.
Yes.
Wonder how big a percentage of the English language was added in the last 200 years.
That is a great linguistics question.
Yep. Unfortunately, out of the two of us, I'm the one who studied English and I don't know, so we're kind of lost. Oh, he had to use the Fairy Fire and I was going to salve.
Feels bad for sure. 3-minute Lotuses. Pyke is not going to be able to stick around for that one. 33 is chasing after him, building up those quill stacks. Pyke knows it's no good. He has to TP out.
You can see in Pyke's build as well, getting these fast boots. Needs to try to have that mobility to outrun the Bristle because he's just going on him all the time. I would think SF over time does well in this lane, but this early
it's not looking great.
Part of it is definitely not looking too well.
Shadow Poison, it doesn't land, but he does scout him. And the Shards is not blocking them off. He's going to be blocked out. Disruption. Reminder, he used his TP to get back into position. He's going to have to walk out to lane. And 33 got first blood.
That's bad. That's a really, really big problem. Now you're getting crushed in 2 lanes already. Your safe lane is a disaster. Your mid lane is default loss.
Yeah.
You can't really do anything about this. Huskar is just going to beat out the Dragon Knight.
And Alchemist is killing it. 24 and 5.
So all 3 lanes, in fairness, are just Tundra wins. So what are Waska going to do about it? They have good rotation supports. So potentially you could either send the Tusk through the gate to help top, or you could send Lion through the gate to help bottom. But the problem is Tundra's supporting cast isn't half bad either in these early situations. Enchantress, more than likely, willing to take those exchanges and just look for the fight. I suppose Nightfall won't be too happy about being left alone when under-leveled against an Alk, because what Waska did end up doing was give more experience to Sacred, with Matthew taking a bit of a selfless position.
Yeah. Alk doesn't want to be left alone against Timber, so yeah.
Yes, I think Lion should move. I think that's the best option you have. Sacred's fine now. He's got a point back to mid.
See if he can help as
this Huskar is full HP.
Very
They're
aggressive
not
on
likely to kill him. 2 points in Dragon Tail, though.
Yep, and stun underneath the tower, and the TP coming in from... Oh, no, it got canceled.
Oh, Mago's in trouble now if Lornov just fights back.
Oh, dear. He's going to get a couple more hits on him. Mago's going to burn out. He knows it, too. Lornov gets the kill, and he stays alive.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no. Now 33. He's due to do the Hawk Tua. Spit on that thing.
Went well.
I was about to say I'm so proud of you for knowing a meme, but of all the ones you knew, that was the one. Yeah, do that grunt like a bristle. You fucking pig. I hope that one does not become a voice line. I could do without that one.
That's good. I'm submitting that, actually. Thank you.
Radiant are scanning. Dire structures
Something about
are
here, little
fortified.
piggy.
Yeah, something bad about... Okay, that's enough. You told me?
Big man's coming.
Yeah, sure is.
Radiant
So is the
middle
wave.
tower
So now
is
they
under
can
attack.
choose to dive unless Pike keeps it out of tower range, but he can't keep doing that. Now he might just be in trouble again.
Yeah,
he's just getting
he's
flanked.
just going to clear out the creeps and hope that 33 can't dive him.
That actually felt doable for 33.
Yeah.
But maybe the counterplay with the snowball and the threat of a rotation is a bit too much.
Yeah, I think that's probably fair. Like, you're already winning the lane. You know that Waska... I mean, last game, Waska... They rotated heavily early on. They're still trying to catch one off here, but the Purge just keeps slowing it down. The snowball lands. Now the Dragon Tail does, and the tag team will allow them to finish off Lorinoff finally.
If he had a point in Inner Fire, he might have survived this situation, but you don't really want to skill that against Dragon Knight. You just want to max out.
Yeah, fair enough. Timbersaw trying to put some pressure on Nightfall, but it does not look like he'll be able to do so before level 6. Nightfall pops the Chemical Rage. Of course, he can't really threaten the Timbersaw, but good part is he can stay in lane for a little while longer.
Yep.
Getting his level 6 before the Timbersaw is very crucial.
It's actually surprising that ended up happening,
Dire are
given
scanning.
that Sacred had a bit of an experience advantage and Matthew
Dire's
just left.
courier has been killed. Dire's courier has been killed.
Might have been the fact that,
Radiant's
whoa, okay,
courier
Courier
has been
massacred, Jesus. Might have been a, I wonder if he got more experience by
Radiant's
farming up
bottom
some
tower
neutrals
is under
between
attack.
points or
Oh, no.
something.
Pike.
Pike, he
Yes,
does have a
TP.
TP, he's immediately going to use it.
It's not good. He keeps being pushed off.
Yeah, he did go back to the tier 2. They have a lane ward, so good thing he did not try and run back out to lane. That would have been disastrous.
Radiant's
DK
bottom
and
tower is
SF
under
struggling
attack.
simultaneously is not a good recipe.
If they can get the turnaround kill, though, on Nightfall, it would be really helpful. Nice long Timber Chain, hit him with the Whirling Death, slow him down with the Chakra Man, he used Chemical Rage. It's not enough.
I told you to stop getting blood on my blade.
He's
Radiant's
got some
bottom
fat
tower
stacks
is
to
under
look forward
attack.
to, though. Unless
Back
Waska...
at it again. God damn, 3 couriers in the same spot.
This stack they're going to defend with their lives, though. This is Alchemists. Or Bristlebacks.
Udomi is walking into Lorinoff.
He's not gonna get away from this one, you would imagine.
Tower is under attack.
Well, taking some time, but he will burn out to the speed.
There he goes. That's the thing is, like, this build, the Incendiary facet, I don't feel like you lack in early game damage, despite
No.
it being percentage-based, you know?
Definitely not.
You would expect it to be less, because, like, of course, flat damage would be better early, but it just doesn't feel that way. It just feels like it's just Huskar that is just as strong early and just scales up better late.
Yeah, what's the percentage? So you burn 0.75% of max health.
They're going on Lorinoff again. The Timbersaw brought to this makes it a whole lot easier. BSJ was right.
No chance. to
Huskar is
respond.
going to die a lot. Here's the stack. They're going to fight for their lives here. Whitemon gets off his heel. The overprotective Wisps do not cancel out that kind of burst from the Timbersaw. And now they're draining the mana. Oh no, we got Centaur stun. Nice use by the Enchantress, but they're going after the Bristleback. Now the Bristleback is dead as well. They can still take some of these neutrals as well. Oh, I guess they're all dead. All right.
This is a really good example of something we don't talk about all that much, but in this situation you can't really fault him too much for it, but Nightfall TP top after he died, right? If this was later on in the game, this is one of those TPs that is extremely high risk, because if something like this breaks out, you can't help your team. Yadomi's dead. If Alk had TP there,
Yep.
this invasion fails completely.
Right.
But they know he TP'd top after they killed him, so this invasive move is going to be successful since they just flat out outnumber the enemy team. Or they match them in numbers. Shadow Fiend wasn't there, but they have the stronger 4-man right now. And Alk could have been the difference maker, but he didn't have TP. Now, if Nightfall would have run back to lane after dying, he might have missed half a wave but been available for his team. And it's always this little equation that you need to consider as a carry is, are you going to reserve that for a team move, or can you be selfish? And in that situation, obviously, it was unfortunate for them.
They're going to drag a kill so they can get the deny. Smart play from Mago.
Has been denied. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Clever girl.
So Waska, couple of successful moves, and now they're much more online. Maybe they could even find this kill. Nice scan from the Dire, though. Nightfall
Yeah,
has an idea it's coming.
He cannot afford any more delays in his Radiance. He is almost there.
He'll head down to his triangle, but obviously that triangle goal did not go to him. It was the Bristle. And I wonder if the invasion hadn't come there from Waska, if Tundra would have prioritized it the same way, or if they would have given Nightfall some of it.
Oh, look at that. Enchantress pulls the creep wave over to Nightfall.
Back when we played more, babysitting was in lane. Now it's off lane. You just pull the creeps to your carry. You don't even play the lane. All right, Pyke will take Waska's first tower of the game.
Double Blink Dagger pickups for Waska, so they are wanting to play fast, fast, fast. Gas, gas, gas.
Yep. Get in up close and personal on the Huskar. And of course, I really like the dagger on Timber here. I think when you have this good matchups and you're picking Timber in this position in the draft, getting the immediate payoff here makes a ton of sense to me.
Let's hope it actually pays off, because 33 is about to complete his Aghanim Scepter, and that it just makes it risky. You can obviously still blow him up, but you know, going into these fights and these pickoffs and stuff,
That's double-edged.
turnaround potential is there from Tundra.
Middle tower is under attack.
You gotta remember, your Timber Saw is not gonna have that much armor.
Demonic.
I've never heard that voice line before.
I don't know what triggered it.
Chasing after these heroes. They have the Alchemist kind of joining them. I'm not sure if they're just clearing the way. Make sure the Alchemist feels comfortable farming. They're actually going to TP. Bristleback is going to be on his way here. Sacred is going to Timber Chain TP out. Smart to play, because there was more coming from Tundra. Pyke is set up to defend when the wave pushes into tower.
Well, it's going to be tougher to defend against the Bristle, but if Timber makes it there on time, he can be the wall. Stand there. Ultimately, what this play from Tundra is accomplishing, though, is it's forcing reactions, and that means both Elk and Huskar are totally free farming in the jungle, as the side of Waska need to bring multiple cores to defend this tower.
They're going for the 14-minute Wisdom Rune. They're going to smoke up the side here. Smoke from Waska. They're moving away from their Wisdom Rune spawn, and Pyke is going to be the victim of a backstab here. There goes that ultimate. The Requiem goes off. Oh! He's crawling away. He's crawling away. Now they're Dragon Tail turned around. Disruption buying the Bristleback just a little bit of time here, but it comes back up. He sharded it up. Looks like the Shadow Fiend. He came back into it. Maybe he was a little bit trapped. The Alchemist coming in on the other side. Soxa, he'll get run down underneath the tower. So 2 for 2 so far. Cannot believe that SF got up the Requiem.
No.
With just 5 HP or something.
And it's such a big difference there, too.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, that's just a hidden run, as in they're going to hit him and they're going to run to the Wisdom and just take that high ground. But instead, their position gets really compromised, and Waska get the counterplay in. Defending their own Wisdom there and getting those kills. Obviously nice. Still, Huskar and Alchemist are continuing to rake in the gold. I wonder what Huskar is going to do in this game. So usually Huskar with multiple early deaths will be a problem. He's only got 2 to his name, and they did require some rotation. But the end result is that he's below the Dragon Knight net worth on Lorenoff. He will go for the BKB after the armlet. Then I wonder if they're just going to go Roche. They have an insane Roche lineup on the Dire. My goodness. Bristle, Alk, Ench.
Yeah,
and
seriously.
Huskar, who really wants the Aegis, they're just going to go for it now. They are not waiting around for that BKB for safety. They feel like Waska have shown enough of their hand mid with these couple of heroes, and they're right about that. So This one will go the way of Tundra and just look as Roche will be melting.
Unless they start getting some pickoffs in the next couple minutes, I feel like the double blink daggers have not paid off.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I don't know. I kind of feel like you need them to an extent. Maybe not. If Lion would buy Blink, we wouldn't need them. But he isn't, because they are. He bought drums.
What?
He isn't buying Dagger because they did.
Oh, right.
So he bought drums instead, which I guess is debatable whether that's a good adaptation or if you should have had... That's the thing, though. Their read on the situation was that they wanted to go fight and they were strong. But Tundra have dodged the majority of the moves you tried to make. One of their, they tried to smoke at them, but then they got invaded at their Wisdom Rune. That was a Waska move. They were trying to make their own play.
Yeah.
But yeah, without the daggers, it's a lot harder for them to set anything up. They can't rely on Lion to set them up when he doesn't go Blink. And once again, I do like the choice on Timbersaw in a game like this when your matchups are this good and you can be so explosive. Really don't mind it from Sacred. 33. Poking and prodding. The siege creep did die, unfortunately, here for Tundra. A bit too slow Lauren off to come in and tank the shots. There's his BKB. These upcoming minutes feel like they're absolutely crucial for both teams.
Yeah.
There is so much power on the side of Tundra with the Aegis, with the BKB on Huskar. If they could somehow win a fight here, they could just look at a pretty quick GG even, potentially. But if they fail, then a key part of the timing of their lineup will be missed.
Pyke gets a Shadow Blade.
He wants silver against Huskar and Bristle?
Yeah, I assume so, but it looks like right now, he's queued up the rest of Hurricane Pyke before. I wonder if he's going to actually decide on that or not. Pyke
Soxa has no idea this is coming. He's going to get blown up.
Yeah, he is going to get snowballed, and a right-click, a raise, and a right-click.
It's got to be such a jump scare moment. Just farming really safely close to your tower. And out of nowhere, he just gets snowballed and blasted by the SF.
Now, all of a sudden, one of the primevals of hell shows up behind you.
Yeah, that would be pretty scary.
Whitemon is doing some pushing, man. He has been a nuisance. Keeps on finding the rally boys.
Yeah, forcing a glyph there has got to feel really good. When you have the Huskar lineup and you want to think about towers, the fact that there's no glyph to worry about already. Oh, they're going to try to stop their TP so that Whitemon can keep pushing. Forcing a fight into Dark Mago.
Dark Mago. TP's away.
He's dead.
He doesn't make it.
Oh, that is no good. And Sacred too.
Sacred dies as well.
Uh-oh. That worked out really well. And that's set up by Whitemon's split push. That's what made Waska want to disengage to begin with.
Yeah.
Yeah, they get burned out. What do you think about the Dragon Knight's Orchid here? I'm not sold.
No, me neither. I mean...
all the cores on the enemy team are going to itemize against this inherently, right?
Yeah.
Alchemist gets Manta or BKB. He has the BKB. Huskar has BKB. Bristle wants to buy BKB next. So what are you really orchiding? Are you trying to find Shadow Demon?
Yeah, that's
I don't know if you can really trust that. Nightfall, if he finds Pyke here. Oh,
doesn't have Shadow Blade yet. 3 seconds, 2,
okay,
1. He'll get it off.
No detection here.
Middle tower has fallen.
They are still putting the pressure and taking control. If Pyke wants to stay here, that would be very greedy, but... Alright, he feels like they've called off the play since he Shadow Bladed away, and for now he's right. Another tower.
Getting so much done in this Aegis period.
Yeah.
Waska trying to play for Wisdom Rune Tormentor area. A lot of heroes here on both sides. They're chasing after, blink away.
33 was just out of range for the Bristleback ability, or they would have pressured the Tusk there and got the kill. Now instead they're going to try to steal this. Let's see if Waska counterplay it.
Yeah, Sacred's positioning. He knows this is going on right now. They also know because the damage, they see where it's going. They see him hiding in the trees there. They get the Tormentor. Waska do not fight. They're still looking for a pickoff opportunity, but not finding it. It's just the trio that's here, and frankly, against the Tundra trio, you don't really stand much of a chance, particularly with the
Radiant's
Aegis.
top tower
It's
is
expiring
under
now.
attack.
They wanted to look for a fight on the Aegis end, but
Dire's
not gonna
bottom tower
happen.
is under attack.
Tundra cleanly disengage and take another win with the Tormentor steal. They got about 5,000 net worth advantage in the Aegis period and stole the Tormentor away from the enemy team. Not gonna steal the Wisdom at the very least. Pyke was maybe hoping to take this one, not to be. I'll back out. Reckon Tundra will want to take their own Tormentor soon as well. Yep, there we go. Here it comes. 33.
10,000 net worth lead. It's an Alchemist lineup, but it's an Alchemist lineup with 2 other cores that are going to scale up.
Yeah.
It feels pretty rough out here. Shard, Sproink for Whitemon, who is already very difficult to kill.
Yep. This hero is good at killing Timbersaw, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
He's starting to get more points and impetus, and now with the Sprunk too, this pure damage burst cannot be underestimated by Sacred. He will be going BKB, which of course will cover him for the time being. Soxa with the dust. Demonic Purge.
Pyke does have TP and will be forced to use it. Unstable Concoction will not arrive in time.
Whee! This is going to get really big. Oh, look, that's a big flask.
Big old
Oh, it's a
Molotov
smaller
cocktail.
flask.
Double damage.
Well, he did go the Hurricane Pyke, which means that they will not have a break for this Bristleback for quite some time. But they have a lot of problems, honestly, all over the place. Oh, shit.
Nice. Okay, that's what happened. That's why he didn't have disruption.
Yeah, I was wondering why he disrupted himself. Well played. Well, there's the Orchid. They found the pickoff. Soxa does get found, and they still have an amp damage. Alchemist stuns himself. They're going to go after the... Oh, the Bristleback in some trouble here. Turns his back. It's not good enough. BKB activated. Mago throwing some damage, but they got the kills they're looking for. Very important kills at that. They're still going to trade out 2 for 2 as the Timbersaw dies. That's the important one.
Yeah, Lornoff was able to kill him off screen.
Radiant are scanning.
Still, this does give Waska the chance of making a subsequent move here. Invis on Shadow Fiend.
Got him here in the corner. Instant stun up on the Huskar. Chain stun, trying to blow him up. He gets off the BKB, throws him a little bit of damage.
Not toggled,
Lights on
though.
Matthew on fire, but no.
Lornoff. If he would have got a successful toggle there, that could have got dirty. Did not manage to, and they do find yet another. Nicely played from Waska at this kind of deficit to make those moves and try to stabilize the game. And now Pyke will be close to a Silver Edge as well as a result of this.
Just needs to build up that Demon Edge. Tundra, despite that fight, still invading into Waska's side of the map. Feeling strong, I guess, with BKB up for Nightfall. Timbersaw finally gets his own BKB. Seems necessary.
Yeah, it's a big one.
Dire are scanning.
This allows him to contest Huskar. It becomes a game of whose BKB lasts longer and who has the control outside of it. Timbersaw can actually kill Huskar quite quickly with a little bit of backup from, say, Lion and maybe 1 or 2 attacks from SF. Let's see if Tundra want to try to take some initiative here. They are grouping up down toward bottom right. That's why I was thinking they would want to make a move with the smoke, but as a matter of fact, they're just going to go top and start playing that side of the map in anticipation of Roshan. But it's a long respawn time cap, as tends to be the tradition in our games. Feels like it's been well above average for us.
Just gotta prolong the game that extra 2 or 3 minutes.
It's not always that simple. Because missing that Roche by a minute, you're wasting time sitting around. You're maybe missing a hero timing that would be really good right now on Tundra. And worst case scenario, you get into a fight that you lose, and then you lose the Roche.
Yeah.
So, important moment here to make the right decisions. Matthew. What is he waiting for up here? Hoping to gather some intel, I guess.
Yeah, because he's got the Timber Saw in the area, so if some support does walk down lane, they could blow him up. Sacred, though, is the one found. Has to BKB. TP's all the way back to base. Maybe a courier kill instead for Matthew.
It's only got dust on it.
Dire's courier
But
has
100
been
gold.
killed.
I'll get it.
Watch that lack of dust come up crucial in the next team fight.
Watch that.
Radiant
Lack
are
of dust.
scanning.
Well, they are currently watching that on Tundras, waiting for Oshams.
Yeah,
Watch that pit.
still hanging around up there. Starting to get a little bit impatient. Can hear the tapping of feet from all the way over here. Yadomi. Okay.
Snowball dodge, unstable concoction, self-explosion. And it's going to need one hell of a shard to get Udomi out of here. He just goes Walrus Punch, blocks them off from pursuing his allies.
I guess it's time to cross the map again for Tundra. Just head up top. They know it's up now.
Bottom tower is under attack.
This is why you pick TA, guys. You don't have to worry. Just know.
When's he going to TP up there? If he doesn't
Oh,
TP
this-
up soon, Waska may find
This is
him.
a big moment.
If they kill this Alchemist, they might be able to
Oh,
take
they
Roshan
do.
for themselves. They blow him up, and he used BKB. So that's now on cooldown for 90 seconds. Waska, are they able to go to the other side and just go for it? Tundra are going to try and take it during this little window they've got here. They're coming through the gate, though. Oh, they have a scan on the gate. Okay, they know that Tundra's waiting for them.
Oh, this is so awkward.
Sacred's gonna go in first. He's got the BKB. He's gonna cause a distraction. Matthew goes through next. Matthew is dead. And the Shadow Fiend comes in last. Hurricane Bite gets him to low ground. They manage to get the Dragon's Tail stun onto Huskar. He's dead. Now the Requiem's gonna go off. Doesn't hit for much, but they chase after these heroes. Looks like the Shadow Demon's gonna be in trouble. Pike is gonna go for a TP out. Quills. Not gonna be good enough. Soxa, meanwhile, is dead. Now it's Mago versus the Bristleback with the help of Sacred. That makes it a whole lot easier. The Bloodstone trying to keep him alive right now, but not good enough. Not against the Whirling Death, cutting him down to size.
Patience game. Failing Tundra. They stuck around for so long, but Elk got bored and went bottom. Gets caught, and then they still try to take this fight. And it looked kind of promising with how the heroes came through the gate, that they could kill Matthew right away, but obviously buyback returns to the fight, brings the numbers, and they will claim Roche now. And this big Tundra lead kind of just goes down the drain.
Tower is under
These Huskar games, when you're in this position suddenly, they had a 12k lead 2 minutes ago. And it's just evaporated now.
And they've got 5 minutes to work with an Aegis. And once that Aegis is expired, we'll have BKB on the Shadow Fiend, and we've seen these Shadow Fiends.
Yep.
You get to this point, they start taking over the game a bit. You win, one team fight, all of a sudden you get all these stacks of minus armor.
Good news for Tundra is the AC is completed though. But yeah, if they would have had an AC Alk in that last fight, that outcome would look significantly different. But of course, Waska wouldn't have gone through the gate like that then. So it's a lot of conditions that would have changed. But the biggest one of them all is the Aegis.
Yeah.
Going the other way.
Nightfall is like soft 6-slotted right now. And so he was thinking about getting an Aghanim Scepter, I assume, for Lorinov,
Yeah.
which is an interesting idea here.
Allows them to reliably kill the SF, I guess.
Nemesis Curse for the Shadow Fiend, more and more damage.
Yep. Funnily enough, Waska with the Aegis are kind of cornered in their base right now.
Surely they're strong enough to go out there and challenge for a fight. I mean, they also have such good single target pickoff. They've got the Bloodthorn on the Dragon Knight.
Guess they want to wait for the BKB before they make a T move. SF is kind of close to it. Saw in that previous fight he got off a Requiem that wasn't great, but he had to use it defensively since he didn't have BKB. Because the only way he was going to live was just force the enemy team out.
Right.
But he wants to be able to rather stand his ground and actually kill stuff instead of escape.
Tundra,
Sacred.
can you kill Sacred? It's going to be a tough kill. Nice pick up with a snowball. That dodges all that bristleback damage. And quick blink away from Sacred. Timber chain out. Udomi has to give up his life, but looks like Lornoff. Oh,
Good
disruption. He's going to come out. Requiem can't go off. He's going to die the first time. Dark Mago with his BKB doesn't do enough damage to Lornoff. Now the second life of the Shadow Fiend, but with no BKB, he's just instantly going to die again.
Uh-oh.
Now we see why Waska was trying to be cautious and wait for that BKB, but Tundra forced the fight anyway. Quick knock up in the air, Bristleback managed to turn his back in time. Not looking the greatest, but maybe if they could get the Shadow Team instead, it's a little bit better. Unstable Concoction lands on a 2 though. Sacred had to pop his BKB, starts heading for the hills. Trying to defend his own hill. That impetus, oh, got him anyway. Managed to finish him off, and now Mago without his BKB, and once again left out, without a doubt, damage. A buyback from Sacred will finish off Lornoff. Can he deal with the 3 members inside of his base, though? Nightfall's just going to ignore him, starts hitting the tier 3s. Matthew stun, 13 seconds till the Shadow Fiend's back up. Matthew, oh, the Quills almost catch him out. Tries to finish him off, does manage to get the fountain shots to the back to finish him. 33. Turns fire onto Matthew, gets that kill. Now the Shadow Fiend is back up to play. Now Pike can push out, but the damage is already done. The lane of barracks has been taken.
Really, really scrappy fights. And what ends up mattering the most is whether you get off the clutch saves or not. Getting a good snowball on the target, getting a key disruption off so that you can deliver your damage. And of course, as you mentioned, the Shadow Fiend not having his BKB was really, really costly. That was a choice that Waska made. They were quite close to it. If they watched through the replay, probably very much so going to regret what they did, forcing that fight. I think it was 500 off it. They had like 4 minutes on their Aegis. There's that disruption.
Udomi jumped in, but 33 has already popped the BKB Bloodstone. Now he doesn't get much heal off the Bloodstone. And Sacred tries to jump back in to finish off 33. The Whirling Death, not good enough. Trying to slow down heroes, but they are still staggered on death so long that they need another 30 seconds for their full 5-man.
Did you notice that detail on their effigy in the Radiant base?
No.
The Timbersaw effigy has a moving blade.
It does.
It's a statue. What is that?
What the hell? Oh, and the claw moves too.
What? Does any other effigy move?
No.
That's funny. Okay.
Huh. Must be those cosmetics?
I don't know. I don't think I've seen that before.
Weird.
What a moment. The first bug in Dota's history discovered live on stream.
Loda wasn't even here for it.
Well. He's surely gonna find all the bugs in Act 4 tonight. Actually, we don't know if Act 4 comes, do we? It's just Kez that was... Wait, what was the text again?
I don't know, man.
It was something about tomorrow. It was Ascension night, and then today is Ascension day, and then Kestrel something something, right?
Yeah.
Did you read the comic?
Come on, it's gotta be Act 4.
Did you read the comic?
I did.
Did you like it?
I did. I think all the comics that they do are very good.
Very good, yeah. Do you know if the artists are in-house, or if it's like is it Valve themselves?
I don't know. I assume so, but you do have a lot of very talented artists.
Yeah.
Radiant's top
Aghanim Scepter. Did he give that to Lornoff, by the way?
Not yet, anyway.
Well, he bought one. He gave it to the Bristleback.
Oh, he refunded him?
Yeah, refunded the Bristleback, so... Sorry, Lornoff, you're going to have to wait a little while longer. Just a couple minutes, though, for your own Ags.
It's going to be the SNY for 33 and a big chunk of gold here. We'll take the Tormentor,
Oh,
so...
he gets a shard, too, man. He's just... The gifts are just raining down on him. A shard, soon to be an Aghanim scepter. Life is good.
20k the lead now. This feels like Waska's last chance. If they give up a Roche for free, I don't think they can defend. It's going to be insurmountable advantage. Especially with Nightfall not really growing his hero anymore, just empowering his teammates. You can't just be like, all right, we need to kill the Alk and we're good.
Yeah.
There are going to be multiple problems that you have to deal with, even the supports. Ench starts hitting hard.
We'll take that.
Yeah, a Satanic Huskar.
Yeah.
That is a huge problem.
It'll be tough for them to kill. If they do isolate him, they definitely can, but there's always going to be that disruption, and Soxa has the dagger, so he's just going to stand behind and wait, let the fight develop. If you target any of the big cores, he'll come in for a save, and they will pop their BKB defensives, and then they'll live. So, definitely some trouble here for Waska's side. You don't really have much vision either to help them predict what's going to happen with Roche. Let's see. Okay, let's say 2 minutes 10. Okay, I was close. 2 minutes.
You were very close. Holy cow.
Close.
Still above the average.
Yeah, I was like, it's not going to be super long this time, but it will definitely be... It will be above average, because they all are for us. We bring the slow Roches to the yard.
Dire's bottom tower
Smoke
is
move from Tundra. This one is spicy.
Oh, going through the gate, getting behind them.
Only 2 of them went. Now they're going back.
Okay.
Oh, do they just want to force? What's happening?
Just one submission
Actually,
down. Wait, no, that's Radiant Ward.
and they're like torn between 2 plays.
Yeah, well, they got the jump onto Sacred. He has to use BKB and even TP out, even though he's inside of his base.
Unfortunately, this split move, that would have actually worked if they were all there. But
Yeah.
it looked like they had 2 conflicting ideas of what was the next play in the game, and they're just like, screw it, we're going high ground. All right, they did not want to wait for Roche. They checked the pit, saw it wasn't a 1-second respawn, say, screw it, we're not going to wait around.
High ground, boys.
Yep, in they go. Waska's potentially last stand in this tournament.
Jump onto Lornoff. See,
Good hex on the SD.
You managed to get off the BKB. And so the first initiation for Waska doesn't work. Tundra managed to get all of the heroes to show up inside of Waska's base and a buyback out of Matthew.
They had a very clear idea of what they wanted to do, so they jumped the Huskar with the Dragon Tail, and then they immediately blink hexed the Shadow Demon, so they couldn't save. But they didn't layer the stuns perfectly, and Lornoff got off the BKB, and then the play's over. That has to be executed cleaner if you want to pull that one off, and you're sacrificing your line instantly. The moment he blink hexes there, he's dead. So it better work, or you're just losing your 4 for nothing.
Yeah, because he's got Satanic, he's got the level 20 talent with the extra Berserker's Blood regen. He is not an easy kill.
Roche is about to spawn.
Utility like Solar Crest and stuff.
Waska not going to come for this, so this is going to be so hard to defend, my god.
Haste.
Another free Ags for the team. I say free. The last ones Alk has bought for his teammates, but they'll get another one here.
Oh yeah, he didn't give the axe to Lornoff. He gave it to Shadow Demon.
Yep. So Lornoff will pick this one, I'm assuming.
Surely, right?
Yeah. So now they're going to have the Life Break Taunt with extra cast range. Yeah, and the Shadow Demon Ags, awesome here.
Are scanning.
The 2 charges of Break against Timber and Dragon Knight.
Yeah. Very powerful.
Timber, even if he had Ags, it wouldn't matter. This is a hard counter.
Got a big damage source in for Waska, and they're going to need that damage with all these tanky heroes on the side of Tundra. They get a Daedalus for the Shadow Fiend, and he has that Ancient Guardian neutral item, giving him even more, particularly in the high ground defense. That's 100 extra damage.
See if it's enough. Definitely does hit hard. He hits for about 600 right now. Pretty ridiculous number when you look at it.
Radiant are scanning.
think Matthew's waiting for couriers.
Radiant are scanning.
I don't know.
Couriers just go to the secret shop, and he's just sitting there waiting for him to.
What is he thinking here? Is he thinking that Alk will send his courier to buy an axe for his teammates and he won't interfere with that? Well, it's already out there, so that's too late. Everyone on the Dire... Well, actually, Eng still doesn't have one, I suppose. Wait, who did he give it to then? Oh, he gave it to Huskar so he can get Overwhelming Blink. I didn't know you can refund the Roche axe.
Really?
That's interesting. I thought you could only refund purchased axe.
Gold. Oh, that's pretty crazy.
Right? He did give it to... there's no one else he could have given it to, right?
Divine Rapier picked up for Mago. Wait a minute.
Okay, all in.
Didn't know he had that kind of cash. All right, well, Udomi's dead.
Well, he's going to need to spend the buyback and fight right now, because this push is going to be fast.
A shield rune on 33 is going to make this very difficult. Overwhelming Blink picked up for Laurenov. They're going to go and try and break the Bristol back, see if they can take him down. There's the
taunts the
disruption.
SF.
And the taunt comes in for the Shadow Fiend. The Divine Rapier is about to go down. Snowball pickup buys him a little bit of time here, but Mago's going to come back and immediately die. So much for the high ground hold for Waska.
That's it. GG.
Give him the rampage.
Falcons. Excuse me. Falcons. Falcons are through to tomorrow, Cap.
They are.
Did you know? Well, they're through to in 2 days, actually. They're not playing tomorrow. But Tundra are through this series, and they will